we live right like this?
Yes, now we're live.
Okay. Let's how do I see how many viewers I have?
There should be a count, I think, up in the corner.
Oh, there we are, 4 viewers.
There we go.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello everyone. I hope you can read me. Welcome to my first stream on my channel. I have someone with me. Emily, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Emily, and my channel is Emily Reads Books, and I'm also a part of the Buy Book Club.
So she has done a lot of streams, but I haven't. I messed around a couple of times on the Buy Book Club streams, like 2 times, I think.
Mhm.
And then twice with Maza on his channel as well. But this is the first one on my channel. So if we slip up, I am so sorry. Let's just wait, because now we have 2 viewers instead.
That's
and
all
I
good.
think it's probably both of us.
That's all fine. How was your day, Hugo?
It was okay. It was
Yeah?
okay. It was a day off today, so which is
Good.
nice.
That is-
And the weather
that
was
is good.
nice. I went for a walk, and yeah,
Nice.
I read for a bit too.
Oh, in the stand?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
Are you reading that too?
Well, yeah, duh. Hey, it's Megan.
Hello, Megan. Oh, that's your roommate, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
From Emily's
Welcome.
roommate.
Welcome.
Megan
Okay,
support.
let's just start because we have no viewers right now.
That's okay. Who needs viewers anyway? This is for you.
Okay. So, do you want to explain why we started Buddyread, or should I?
I can go ahead. So you were talking about reading Dr. Sleep, and oh my gosh, Kelsey's here. That's true.
Well. Welcome.
Hi, Kelsey.
Hello, Kelsey.
So you were talking about reading Dr. Sleep, and thank you for the support, Kelsey.
Thanks. I'll well you whenever I want. Okay, this is my channel.
I love you too, Kelsey.
We love you too, Kelsey.
So you were talking about reading Dr. Sleep, and I had talked about how I had seen the movie and I really liked it, and that I had been wanting to read more Stephen King because I had only ever read The Shining, which happened to be the first book the book before Dr. Sleep. And then you were like, I'm gonna read it, and then I was like, can I read it? And then we decided that we would read it together. And that was the beginning of all the buddy reads.
Yeah.
And now we buddy read I don't know, almost 10 books.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think it's also funny that your first and only Stephen King book was my favorite Stephen King book. So I did like that. And then because it was a sequel, and now we read just the 3 Stephen King books together, right?
Yeah, and we're on our 4th.
We're on our 4th, yeah. 4th and 5th, simultaneously.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. So, what books do we like to read together? Would you say? What's the genre we read most?
Probably let me check out the list here. I would say probably thriller. Well, Stephen King, that genre, but I think we read a lot of thrillers and sci-fi. Because we read Hitchhikers and The Martian.
We did. What did you think about The Martian?
That
knows my opinion about it.
The Martian is one of my new top 5 favorite books of all time. Probably it was really good. It was so good.
Victory. It's literally so good. It's probably if not my favorite, at least top 3. Like definitely top 3, if not my favorite book.
It
It's
honestly
so
was.
like fluently written. It's funny. It's exciting. It's thrilling.
I
Isn't it
remember
fast?
texting you because I like laughed out loud multiple times reading it, and I was like, "What?" So no, that was like, and I remember just like sitting for hours and being like, "Sorry, I have to read more of this book because I need to finish it like now." And I would say like of the books we've read, like, oh, hello, Hugo.
Hello, Hugo.
Leonard.
Oh, well. Vive Dareva.
Kelsey, you need to read The Martian, like immediately. You need to read it like yesterday. I will say, like, of all the books I've read, like that one was the most exciting. I honestly didn't know what was gonna happen, and like,
because you hadn't seen the movie either, right?
Right, yeah, I had no idea like the plot or anything.
Oh, by the way, everyone who's here is not a whole lot of person, but go subscribe to my brother. I don't know if that's your channel, Leonard, or is it another one? Because plug yourself right now.
Wait, what does that say?
Look who it is.
Oh.
It's what I said to him.
Nice.
So yeah, Martian, best book ever written, definitely.
Yeah, probably. Definitely top
5. This is also not going to be like a 2-hour stream or anything, if anyone was expecting that. It's more like a test for if I wanted to do future streams.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how it all works, so it's like, and you do, because you do the Bible Club stream, so that's why we are basically doing this. And we also have this whole list of books that we read.
That's true.
Okay, everyone go subscribe to Leonard Canta, which means Leonard sings.
He's a great singer.
I'm just kidding. He's all right. He has a couple of shows, so he's like famous guy. So go subscribe while he's not at like 1 million subs. Okay, so what books have we read together? I have my list here. We've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Do you want to go like how much stars? How many stars did you rate that?
I think I gave it 4.
4? I think so too, yeah.
I can't remember.
It was pretty funny and it was fun to read, but there wasn't a whole lot of plot going on. It was just like reading.
Thanks, Leonard. English is my mother tongue. So I would say I'm pretty good at it.
Very nice compliment.
Leonard said, extravaganza.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Kelsey. It's also 12 o'clock here, and I have to work tomorrow morning. So, and then Leonard says, thanks. We are both good readers, Emily. Leonard, like, Jesus Christ. And then, well, of course, Dr. Sleep. How many stars do you rate that? Do you remember that one?
I think it was like 4.5 or 5. I really liked Dr. Sleep. I think sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I gave it 4 stars, I think.
I think of the Stephen King books that we've read, Dr. Sleep has probably been my favorite so far. I mean, I know we haven't read that many.
I would say so too, yeah. We read 3. So.
Oh, okay. So I know we haven't read that many, but
yeah.
It was
and
good.
then we read the first one in a series of Unfortunate Events. I rated that 5 stars. You already read that, right?
Yeah, and that was rated 5 stars. It's one of my favorites.
Okay. It's like short. It's just fun. And messed up for a children's book, in my opinion.
I know. The whole thing with, like, spoiler alert, like Count Olaf trying to marry 14-year-old Violet Baudelaire.
Yeah, for real. For some money. Like, Jesus Christ.
Messed up.
And then we read Night Shift, but that was like a Buddyread with the whole Stephen King book club, which I host with Masa, obviously. And then I reread Winnie the Pooh, and was your first time reading Winnie the Pooh. What did you think about that?
It was incredible. It was worth the $2 I spent on both books.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I don't know what I was expecting it to be, but I absolutely loved reading it.
Me too, obviously, because it was my
Thank
entire
you.
childhood.
Thank you, Megan, for letting me borrow your book. I appreciate it.
And yeah, I only read the first one, Kelsey, so no spoilers for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Please. Did you rate Winnie the Pooh 5 stars then?
Yeah, both of them. Like
Both
Winnie
of
the
them?
Pooh
Okay.
and Pooh's Corner. And I would say Tigger is my favorite character of all time.
Oh.
Tigger and Pooh, like both
Mm-hmm.
have my heart.
Yeah,
So.
I would say the same. And Rabbit too. I think he's pretty underrated.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like this. I like when we meet Tigger and like he's like, "Honey are Tigger's favorite things," and then he's like, "Bleh, I don't like honey."
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
"Why is that me?" Like,
And then we read Mad Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
we did.
A non-fiction book. Yeah, it was on both our lists for a while, right? And then I mentioned I'm going to read it, and I went, wait, I own it.
It was
And then you
literally
joined me.
sitting on my desk.
Yeah. Did you like that one? Being a nonfiction?
I think it was a lot better than I expected it to be because I didn't really have any expectations going into it. And I kind of knew what it was about, but I didn't understand what it was about. And I really enjoyed listening to Viktor Frankl's like philosophy and like psychology on survivors of the Holocaust and everything that like he went through, and like he broke it down into really scientific terms, which was really interesting because we don't always see that side of a lot of historical events, like especially when we learn about things like the Holocaust. Obviously we learn about the destruction and the lives that were ruined, but we don't always get to kind of look at it through a scientific lens, as well as like how people were able to like manage to stay optimistic, so it was like really interesting.
Yeah. What fascinated me was like the scene where he was talking about like someone dying in like the place where they ate. And he was like on the floor and they dragged him away and his head was like thumping and people were just looking, and meanwhile they were just continuing their meal. Like they get like so numb to everything because it's like so much every single day. And like if you give in to that, if you want to feel compassion, like you're not gonna survive them. But yeah, fascinating book, and I really recommend it if you want like a short nonfiction.
Yeah, it was really short, like 200 pages or less.
Yeah. And then we read Carrie together. What did you think about that one?
I don't remember what I rated it. Like maybe 3.5.
I gave it 3. It's my least favorite Stephen King book of the ones I read.
I just Stephen King and young women. Like I don't know what his deal is with writing them. He writes them so poorly.
Yeah, and also like the plot is just like meh. Like you know what's going to happen like from page 1.
I wish there was a bit more build up. Like I thought the beginning was pretty strong, like the first chapter. And then the whole middle I was like didn't really care about. And then the ending was good, like by itself.
I wasn't even satisfied with the ending, to be honest. It was okay.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, I guess I went into it knowing how it ended, so I guess like seeing the musical and everything, so I guess like my experience reading it was a little bit different because I was like trying to pick things up. Kelsey.
Not surprised.
But yeah, the book itself, I think it was just kind of unsatisfying. I mean, it was his debut novel, right?
Yeah. I mean like pretty fair, but like I didn't think it was bad. I was just like didn't care as much about anyone in this book.
I think like something about the way Stephen King like described the bodies of these like young women that are like, 15, 16 years old. I was so off put by it. And I think that for me was like the tipping point. I was like, I don't know if I like it.
Right. I just didn't like the fact like that like our hero, like if Carrie died like even pretty early on before she started doing like these messed up things. I wouldn't really have cared anyway. Like I didn't really care about the characters.
Yeah.
So
She was not very
uh,
likable, so no, I know
no,
what you
yeah,
mean.
exactly. And then we read The Martian, which we did talk about.
10 out of 10.
And we're currently reading 2.5 books today, right now. Right?
Yeah, I know.
The half one being Frankenstein, but we kind of put that aside because we're both reading The Stand, and that's like
Yeah,
it's a lot to get through. So once we finish The Stand, we're probably gonna continue Frankenstein,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, Frankenstein's like pretty short. Frankenstein's also somewhat dense, honestly. Like
Yeah, we started it, but it was pretty dense, and it was
it
difficult
was
for me
taking
at
a
least to
while.
understand in
Yeah.
English.
And like The Stand is like, I don't know, 1100 pages. And like we both had been talking about reading that one for a while. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
and it's also
honestly
like a big buddy read with the Stephen King book club.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like the monthly thing, but a summer read along, or what do you would call it? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
And then for the Stephen King book club, we're reading The Green Mile, right?
Yeah, I haven't started yet, but I will be
You haven't
reading it.
started.
I mean, I started it like years ago, and I
Mhm.
think I got to the second or third part, and then I had to put it down for whatever reason, and I just never picked it back up. And so I have to go find my copy at my house.
Fair enough.
Tom Hanks is on it, so.
And are you reading anything else besides the Buddyreads right now?
I'm reading the Bible Club book, Labyrinth Lost. Hashtag go check out the Bible Club. That book is something.
I
Other
saw
than
Kelsey's review on it on Goodreads.
it's just
I am
1 star.
excited for this.
Review to come. I honestly
Yeah.
can't wait.
Me neither.
I'm trying to think if I'm reading anything else. I brought a few books with me that I have been wanting to read, but I haven't picked out which one is next. Because I'm almost done with Labyrinth Lost. So once that's done, I'll pick up something else probably while we're reading The Stand.
Right. I am currently reading Discourses and Selected Writings by Epictetus, which is like, I can't get used to this inverted camera, which is philosophy by an ancient Greek Stoic philosopher who was like freed as a slave, and he has thoughts.
He has thoughts.
And then I'm probably gonna start reading either The Troop by Nick Cutter or what's that called? American Gods by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, nice.
While I'm reading The Stand. But probably after I finish The Green Mile. Yeah, I want to finish that first.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's start then, like, what the video is actually about. Our TBR, like the rest of our TBR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of books planned, people. Let me just say.
So we have a couple that we won't really discuss. We're just gonna mention them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So The Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. That was my pick. That was my pick. Yeah. I have a copy of The Silence of the Lambs that I've been dying to read. And then I was like, do you want to read this with me? Because I thought it would be something you were interested in, because it's like creepy, kind of like horror, thriller, detective stuff. And then we found out that it's actually a sequel. So
yeah. You were like, wait, what?
So now we have to read The Red Dragon, and then we can read Silence of the Lambs.
Exactly. Which I'm also excited about. And then we want to read Howl's Moving Castle. Have you read that actually before?
No, I've seen the movie.
You have seen the movie.
It's been forever since I've seen the movie.
It's very different. I have read it.
Oh, really?
I've seen the movie, yeah.
Yeah. So because you mentioned it, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know it was a book. And then I was like, let's read it. So
it's a trilogy, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's 3?
Yeah, there's 3. I haven't read the other ones. And then we also have 11/22/63 by Stephen King, the JFK time travel book.
That's all I know about it.
Yeah, me too. And that's all I want to know about it.
No spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it like creepier?
Which one? It's different. It's just different. Which one do you prefer, Kelsey?
Different in what way?
it's like a completely different story. Like the beginning is somewhat similar, and then like once we reach half of the movie or half of the book, it just goes
Really?
it's like a multiverse. Like in this one happened that, and in that one happened that. Yeah, very different.
The multiverse.
You've seen the movie, right? So the movie is like pretty focused near the end, like on like a war that's going to happen, and like Howell is like trying to prevent it with like his wings, and he's like going against these airships and everything.
Okay.
It's been a while. So yeah, it's like about more like focused on the war part of it, while the
Okay.
book isn't. I have the unpopular opinion of preferring the movie. Really? Just because I like how the story was organized better in. Okay, fair enough. And nostalgia. Okay, fair enough. Oop.
Oop.
Yes. They're very different though. Exactly. Feels like two different
Okay.
things.
Okay. Well, I'm
So
very excited to read it.
I did prefer the book, but I did read or hear somewhere that like the second and third book are more like the ending of the movie.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think the books came after the first movie. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But I would have to look into it.
The multiverse.
Yeah. And then we want to read Shutter Island before we watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shorter book too, right? I don't think that's like a long.
I don't think it's that long, yeah.
And Full Dark No Stars, because there's a novella in there, 1922.
Yeah.
And it's also a movie, which.
But they put on Netflix or something. Yeah, I want to watch it, so.
Mm-hmm. And then we have a couple more that we're like extra excited about, like Mistborn Era 2. We both read Mistborn.
Yeah, the Mistborn trilogy. Right? Yeah, that's like one of my favorite trilogies of all time. And are you okay?
Barely, yeah.
And so like I know Era 2 is like super different, and it's like in a whole different time period and everything. But I'm really, yeah, it is kind of like Avatar and Korra. We're in this like a couple hundred years later in like an industrial revolution. But I'm really excited to read it because it's like a goal of mine to read the entire Cosmere, and obviously this is part of it. So.
Yeah, I want to read. I don't know if I want to say like the entire Cosmere, but I really liked Mistborn. I really liked the second one, especially. I didn't really
me too. That's my favorite.
Yeah, the third one wasn't really like. It was good. It was still good. So I'm curious what like Era 2 could be like. I have started Way of Kings, but I started it in Belgium and then I traveled here and I forgot about it. I brought it with me, so I'm continuing it. I remember liking it. That's all I remember about it. I don't remember anything of the story.
It's also nice because like Era 2, like the books are normal book sized, so they're not like 800 pages. They're like, I don't know, 400 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They're much more manageable, which is kind of nice.
And then we have Jurassic Park. I have read that like when I was very young, but I don't remember like details about it. Have you watched the movie? You did, right?
Yeah, like forever ago. And we used to have dinosaur figurines, and every time my parents would turn on the movie, we would all sit in the living room with all of our dinosaurs and like reenact the scenes like while we were watching it. Yeah, I've gone through like another dinosaur phase during the pandemic, and now yeah.
They're giant chickens, right?
They're giant chickens. They are. They're so cute. And like, I don't know. I found a picture of a T-Rex, and like, guys, like T-Rexes, their tails didn't touch the ground. Their bodies were horizontal with their little arms hanging down. I don't know.
Apex predator right there.
It's so funny to me because it's just like we like imagine these like scary monster beasts, and honestly it just looks like a giant platypus.
Yeah, well, until they're like standing in front of you and they're hungry. Then you're like, oh shit.
If I don't move, he can't see me.
Right.
Giant chickens. Yes, Megan, they're giant chickens. Like if
And
aliens
then
40 million light years away looked at Earth, they would see dinosaurs and be like, giant chickens.
yeah, exactly. And be like, nah, mate, let's go to the neighbors. Let's go to Mars. Let's go destroy the life there.
Exactly.
I also want to read like more of Michael Crichton's books because I have a lot of them, and I think it's like really something for me. And they say like people like Blake Crouch writes like Michael Crichton, and I really like Dark Matter.
Mhm.
And yeah, Michael Crichton has like started like the genre techno thriller. Like
Mhm.
they say like he started the genre. So
Mm.
yeah, it just sounds his book sounds good. Like not all, some sound a bit weird, but most of them sound like right up my alley.
I like it. That's awesome.
And then we both want to read the Kiyoshi books, right? There are two.
Mhm.
If I may suggest by book club, if you're watching,
I know Kiyoshi. She's a bi
I'm
queen.
just saying. I'm just saying. It might be something different and actually good this time.
Not Hugo coming for the bi book club. Holy shit.
Okay, so next book.
After Labyrinth lost, like anything will be after My Lady's Choosing and Labyrinth lost, I think we could use a winner.
Yeah, and like wasn't the one before that also not great? I think like the
The
first two
Wicked
or
King.
three you guys liked, and then after that it was kind of meh, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Not just Labyrinth lost. I'm just saying, the best book in the world. Yeah, sure. How could you say something like, don't make me pull up your Goodreads here, Kelsey. I have my PC open.
I will screen share Goodreads and I will share Kelsey's 1-star review.
And then we both want to read Berta. You recently read Man Called Ova, right?
Oh my god, I finished Man Called Ova 2 days ago. Wait, yeah, on my sister's birthday, the 17th. Holy shit, that book was amazing. It was incredible, guys. It was amazing.
In a way, it's like a slow burner, but like for no reason. Well, for me at least. Because like it took me a while to get through, and it's not that long, but it wasn't like boring or something.
Yeah, no, like
it's hard to explain. Yeah.
And it's hard because like part of you like doesn't really want to root for him for a while because like he's kind of like rude and off put, and then like you learn so much about him and you're just like you kind of like I don't know, he starts feeling like he's like your grandpa or something like that. Like everyone knows someone kind of like that.
Or like not just because like someone is like grumpy or like doesn't want to like hang out with you like because it's your neighbor and you're like, well, why don't you ever want to hang out? Like doesn't mean like they're a bad person.
Right. And like he just came from a different time and just like learning about him and just like the way he talks about his wife and just like made my heart melt because like you have this like grumpy old man who like everyone's like, what is wrong with this guy? And then like he talks about his wife and it's just like the sweetest thing ever.
Right.
I loved hearing him talk about his wife. It was so sweet. Great book. I cried.
Yeah. I got close. Yeah, I remember that stream. Oh, that's okay. Welcome.
Welcome.
I hope you enjoy. Oh, fuck's sake. Sorry, I'm on my phone and it's so hard. It's pretty iconic, I gotta say. The stream made it iconic. It's just bad, but the stream made it iconic.
The book was horrible, but the stream on the book was like god tier by book club content.
And then next one, we have Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. You haven't read a whole lot of Neil Gaiman yet, right?
I've read Coraline, and that's I think it. But like I love Neil Gaiman as a person. And I loved Coraline, and all of his books sound super interesting. So I am
Mhm.
really looking forward to reading this one with you.
Me too. I like try to like by the end of the year have read most of his books, and I hope
Hmm.
I can get to Sandman, like the comic series.
Hmm.
But it's so expensive. Like comics are so expensive, and it's like $10 or something for like the first issue, and that's like what, like 50 something pages of like comic,
Right.
and like you read that in like 10 minutes and €10 for that. So I hope I find a way because there's like a Netflix adaptation coming
Hmm.
of it, and I've always been interested in it. And now with the Netflix, I'm like, I really need to read it.
Right. Right.
Uh, I also really recommend his audiobooks. Like he almost always reads them himself, and he like really does a good job, in my opinion.
That's so cool.
He has a really good narrating voice. And then we have Under the Dome by
Yes.
Stephen King.
Yes.
I
That is,
have watched the TV show.
I have not. I know like kind of the concept around it. It reminds me of the Simpsons movie. Is that what the Simpsons movie is based off of?
I have never seen the Simpsons movie. I've never seen any since Simpsons. That's really hard to say. I have never seen Simpsons ever.
That's honestly like good for you. Like don't watch it. But okay, then never mind. There's like in the movie that they made, they like get trapped under a dome, but I don't think it's the same thing.
Okay.
Under the
So
Dome
in
is
the
the Simpsons movie,
okay, let me go
Kelsey.
to the comments. Have you read? Oh, you heard the audio. Yeah, I've heard like a sample of it, and it's like a whole like a drama, right? Like with a whole cast and everything. Why is everything moving right now? Whoa, I'm almost kicking you out. Jesus Christ.
Oh no! Don't kick me out of the screen.
Yes. And then, so isn't the audiobook with like a whole cast, Kelsey, or am I wrong about this? Am I saying
Wait,
something?
that would be so cool if that's the case.
Yeah, and like sound effects and everything.
That's how all
Uh,
audio should be. Okay, are you lying to me though? Like, are you lying to me?
what about what?
No, 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 Kelsey.
Oh, you're talking to me, Emily.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, I
So
need to know if you're lying to me.
has a cast and sound effects, and it's a whole production. Yeah, exactly.
That's
I heard a sample
funny.
or like the first chapter or something, and it sounds so good. It's not something I would put on like speed times two because it would mess up the sound.
Hmm.
Probably. So I wouldn't do that. I would just like have it on the background or like on a walk or something.
And if it's a comic book, that would be good though, because then you can take time to like look at the pictures and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hey Daniel, welcome.
Oh,
It's
I
just
swear, Under
Simpsons
the
without
Dome is.
violence. Simpsons. Well, you think Under the Dome is without violence? So what the book is actually about, because I have seen the TV show.
Yeah, go
It's
for it.
about this mysterious dome just falling over. I can't remember. It was something with Mills, Chester's Mills, I think it's the town called, and falls
Okay.
over this town, and like they can't explain it. They can't explain it, and they can't get out. Nothing can get in, and like they deal with this problem of like everyone being like on each other's skin all the time, and like they get annoyed, and like conflicts happen, and like there's also like the concept of like pollution because they're like it's still a pretty big town, so like
Use the
they're in
Simpsons.
their cars, but the pollution or like their fireplaces, it can't get out, so it's like on a smaller scale, but then people like suddenly realize like, oh, like that's actually what my car does or what my fireplace does, but that times like 4 billion cars on the planet or something. I don't know how many there are, but something like that, and deals with like a lot of problems and like conflicts like wherever you are, and even like people you've known your whole life when it comes to like survival, because like food can get in, so how are they gonna survive, and like what do people do for survival, what is it worth it, and so on and so on, something like that.
Okay, I can't wait to read this book. This is
And
gonna
it
be
has
like
like, yeah, it
Stephen
has like
King
a
book.
lot of characters, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in the stand, But like that book has like in the beginning has like a list of the characters and who they are, which I really like.
Yeah, I wish you
Because
did that
you're
for this
gonna be
one.
like,
I'm
yeah.
straight up struggling with all these people.
Oh, okay, the other way around.
Oh,
Okay, that
okay.
makes sense.
The way that the Simpsons movie is Under the Dome. Wow, that's incredible, honestly.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I also love the Simpsons movie. I watched it a lot growing up.
And then we have 2 books that we're gonna spare for Halloween, right? We have
Yeah,
Dracula, which
it's
you
my
have read.
favorite holiday.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you told me. And then we have Dracula. You have read Dracula, right?
It's one of my favorite classics.
I am excited about it. I haven't read Dracula. I have played some of Castlevania, the PlayStation 1 game, which is about Dracula. And I've seen it around in pop culture, obviously. So I know what or who Dracula is. But I don't actually know like the whole story.
I
Till
am
Halloween, really?
I'm really excited for you to read Dracula because, like, well, I guess when we read Night Shift, like, did you like the way that the first story was written?
Yeah, I did. Like the letter style, right?
Yeah, so like Dracula is all through journal entries, newspaper clippings, and letters. So I think if you like that style, I think it adds so much to the suspense of the story because you're hearing everything through like firsthand and secondhand accounts. And you know, it's a lot different than the author, you know, describing every situation to you or what the characters are thinking. Like you get to really like, you don't get to be in the character's head. So, but we get to hear, you know, through their letters, like what they want to tell each other. And I don't know, it also has one of the most iconic female heroines, like in classic lit, Mina Harker, who Megan's cat is named after.
I remember you telling me that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just, yeah, and also like a lot of the lore from Dracula wasn't translated to most adaptations of it. So you'll know and learn a lot more from reading the book about Dracula than like most people would know.
Anyway. Okay, nice.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Yes, Kelsey. Castlevania is also an anime. It's based on the video games, and they're like a couple of them, like first on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, then PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then they rebooted it on the PlayStation 3, and that's like a whole different story. So it's like a huge video game, actually, more than it is an anime. But I hear the anime is pretty good. I haven't seen it. Dracula story, definitely read it, Hugo. You'll be really surprised by how dark. Is it really that dark? Okay, nice. I thought it would be like a children's story.
No, it's one of the first Gothic novels that was ever written.
Okay. Oh, hello, Graham. So apparently Dracula is awesome.
It is.
I'm gonna have a wee time with that. I just say awesome in Scottish, Graham.
In Scottish?
Is that?
Wait. Oh, okay. That's awesome.
He's also a booktuber, so if anyone is looking for a great booktuber. My cat is named after one of the characters in Dracula. I remember Emily telling me about it. Here we go. For the video games or the anime? Because I agree about the video games. I don't know about the anime. Okay. And then we have a second Halloween read. House of Leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it. Do you want to... Well, I have no idea what it's about. It's like...
It's a story within a story within a story within a story.
A story within a story within... Yeah, and it's like not just text on pages, right?
Yeah, so, okay.
Brawl, that was it. Brawl.
So, House of Leaves, I really recommend anyone look it up for themselves to kind of like understand what it is. There are a couple spoiler-free videos that you can look on YouTube and everything. I have not read it. I do own the book and I've paged through it. But basically, it's a thick book. Like it's about this thick. It's a big book, and it's
like big pages too, right?
Yeah, it's like an 8 by 10 like thick Big boy. And it's basically, oh, I don't even know how to like describe it. Honestly, I'm gonna try. I will attempt, but look it up for yourself. And there are people who are way better at describing this. But basically, it's like this guy. This is like in the introduction, so this is not a spoiler. A guy finds a manuscript of a documentary that this guy was writing about. And it's his thoughts on this documentary or of this thing that this guy wrote about a documentary. And like, it's so complicated. It's a story within a story within a story. And the like cool thing about it is that it doesn't read like a normal novel. Like, there are footnotes, there are pages in completely different languages, there are pages where you have to read it in a mirror, there are drawings, there are maps, there are just tons of different things, and it's supposedly like really scary. Like, it's supposed to be like a really scary book, and it's I don't want to call it like a puzzle, but like you have to do a lot of work when you're reading it to like understand it. So
you should really take your time for this one, right?
Yeah, like everyone says,
just like try to get like through it as fast as possible to like put an extra book on your reading count.
Yeah,
like we should take our time and like discuss every single page we read, probably.
Yeah, like I think like the person I watched talking about it was like a chapter a night, like, and that's it. You read one chapter, and there are pages that like you look at it, and like if you look at pictures of this book, it's one of the first ones that you'll see. Like, there are pages where you look at it and you're like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to read this. Like, this isn't in a language. Like, these are just random letters. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's also a couple of pages where there's like text on text on text on text,
and
like like you can barely like read words.
And then there are pages that have like 2 words on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or like 1 letter. I've seen one.
Yeah. Like, just look up this book. I'm so excited to read it.
Wild. And I think that was American Psycho is one more we have. Have you seen the movie with Christian Bale?
No.
No? Okay, me neither. So I have no idea what it's about. I heard pretty good things about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Are there any you've read? Are there any
pages you have to read in the mirror, like from House of Leaves?
Oh yeah, there are, like where the text is backwards. Yeah, so you have to like have a mirror, or like invert it on your phone or something, because the text is written completely backwards and upside down.
And upside down.
They don't make it easy on you, otherwise what would the point be?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that okay? Now, Psycho and American Psycho, those are not the same thing?
From Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes.
No.
They're not the same. Okay.
No.
I know that Psycho is based on a serial killer from Wisconsin.
The Hitchcock one? With like the shark scene? Like... Okay, I haven't actually seen that movie.
Me neither.
But American Psycho is something... American Psycho is like a classic story where the author, I think, tries to like make you sympathize with like this psychopath killer.
Oh, that's Christian Bale, so of course. Christian Bale is really good at doing psychos.
Yeah, Christian Bale is one of my favorite actors, probably. Well,
he's really
like
great.
One of the most well-rounded ones out there. Yeah, right? I know. I know.
House of Leaves, guys.
If anyone wants like join us and with like House of Leaves, we can do a group chat or whatever, finding clues.
I'm gonna be wild. I was gonna say, I'm gonna be making notes in this book while I read it. I'm like gonna be reading it.
I will write with pen in this book.
Yeah.
I never do that, but I don't care with this one.
Yeah, I want to take notes and read it like it's like a textbook, like that I'm studying for, because I really want to like understand the book.
So me too. Oh, Logan's here.
Hi,
Welcome.
Logan.
Welcome.
Upside down were some of the pages in this book,
Yeah.
The House of
Oh,
Leaves.
I lost the comments. Logan's upside down. Psycho and American Psycho are very different. American Psycho is about Wall Street lawyers who get away with murder because the 80s, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah.
And start the group chat. Anyone who wants to join the group chat, DM me, but we're only gonna read that around October.
Yeah, we're waiting
Halloween month.
until
Yeah.
Halloween time. Hell yeah.
Yes, we have people joining. Okay, nice. Conspiracy. Oh god. Is Avril Lavigne still dead?
Hey, yeah, that.
I want to do that.
Megan, you can definitely join.
Are you reading it? Because I had so many opinions and I need you guys. Well, we'll maybe discuss it. Like
it's on our
like
list.
we have a lot of yeah, we're definitely gonna read it together. And maybe do a live video if you have like a lot of thoughts about it, because I don't actually know a lot about it. It's for 140 days away. Yes.
So set your calendars. If you want to read House of Leaves with us in October.
Yeah, just DM me and I'll maybe make an Instagram group chat or something like that. On like DM me on Bookstagram if you would want to join that. But we're not gonna start reading that until the 1st of October, and maybe even like a bit later. Like we're not gonna start on Halloween, right?
No, it's just like we want to wait until it's around the spooky time.
Yeah,
because it's like people have described it as like a suspenseful, like horror, like it gets under your skin the way horror movies wish they could, because like people have said like they can't sleep after reading this book because you just can't stop thinking about it, because it gets into your head. And I mean, I guess it is different because like when you watch a horror movie, right, like after 2 hours or something, like it's over, and like you might think about it and be like scared about it, but like, you know, when you're reading a book like this, like we might spend weeks, you know, reading it and like spending time with it and like thinking about it. And I think like it's able to just like get into your psyche in a way that
like it might become like an obsession, like you constant think about it and like you need answers or something like that.
Yeah,
if you've been looking for like a clue for like 3 days and you still haven't found it, and then you found it, like I'm excited for those kind of feelings in my
for real. Yeah.
I rethinking out on it, like I might do a Discord. I think that's probably handier, and I can leave a link.
I was gonna suggest Discord.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm stupid.
You're not stupid.
We have Daniel planning on reading Clown in a Cornfield this October. I've never heard of that.
We've never heard of that.
I'm guessing it's horror.
Probably.
Who's the author, Daniel? Who's the author? So I can look it up. This sounds incredible. It does, Logan, and you better join us. You know. Spooky.
Spooky.
I'm gonna read Clown in the Cornfield 2, for example.
Is it short?
I guess
is it short? Yeah. I will add it to my TBR if it's short.
I've never heard of it, I think.
Also, if anyone wants a non-scary, like ghosty book, I read this book called Ghosters by like an indie author, like children's author, and it's free, I think, to download off her website, if I can think of the author's name. It was so cute. I read it in a day. I absolutely loved it. It's about like middle schoolers who are trying to catch ghosts on camera in their haunted house in order to win money off of the internet for this ghost hunting show. And it was so good. I loved reading it. If anyone wants like a ghost story that's not like horror, just thought I'd put that in there. It's a great book.
Okay. Also, Graveyard Book is a good ghost story that's not like horror.
By Neil Gaiman.
I think that's a good like Halloween read if you want to like have a palate cleanser of not like being too freaked out about horror all the time or something.
330 pages.
I have the synopsis here.
All right, read it. I'm ready.
Quinn Maybrook just wants to make it until graduation. She might not make it to morning. Quinn and her father moved to tiny, boring Kettle Springs to find a fresh start. But ever since the Baypan corn syrup factory shut down, Kettle Springs has crackled in half. On one side are the adults who are desperate to make Kettle Springs great again. And on the other are the kids, that's amazing, who want to have fun, make prank videos, and get out of Kettle Springs as quick as they can. Kettle Springs is caught in a battle between old and new, tradition and progress. It's a fight that looks like it will destroy the town until Frendo, the Baypan mascot, a creepy clown in a pork pie hat, goes homicidal and decides that the only way for Kettle Springs to grow back is to cull the rotten crop of kids who live there right now. Okay, so it goes after the kids. It's a slasher, yeah, like Slenderman or things like that, right? No,
You're
slasher is
telling
like
me
more like gory.
you're telling me this isn't 2016 America?
I mean, I guess that's like a reference to it.
When did this
Like
book
that's
come out? What the hell?
2020 in August. So
Ah.
it's written during the pandemic, probably, or edited.
Mm, definitely based off the killer clowns in America 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah. I think that's like on purpose. Well, I hope it is, because otherwise it's like a wasted opportunity.
For real.
Okay,
Wow.
it's on my want to read list, guys.
I've never really
Uh,
read a slasher, so maybe I'll join.
I don't think I did either. Like, I
I
don't count it as a slasher.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay. What would you
Well,
put?
it probably is, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I
there's
was like, I don't know what else I would put it under. Yeah, the clowns were scary in 2016. I wouldn't leave my room. I was so afraid. Like there were clown sightings on my college campus, and I like once it was dark, and like it gets dark at like 4 p.m. in the winter or whatever. Once it was dark, I was in for the night. You could not catch me outside. And, like,
They weren't as big in Europe, but I remember seeing it on the news, and there were some seen in Belgium. But we have this like Batman dude who went like during the night. He suited up with like armor, not like an actual like Batman suit, but he like wore armor, and he just like went looking for like clowns where they were seen, and he went like to the same places where they took pictures or videos, and he like beat them up. This was like someone who was like skilled in martial arts and everything, and he like straight up beat them up. And I love that.
I wish we had that. Dang it.
So much fun. Also, I'm having
Milliken Clown
American
Flash.
Clown flashbacks.
For real. They were on our college
Yeah,
campus
like a
all
vigilante.
the time. Not Batman.
Well, it wasn't Batman, guys. The hero of Belgium deserves the one we need.
For real.
This guy sounds like he really was, yeah. I never met him, so it might be a psychopath.
What do you mean you didn't meet him? Isn't Belgium like just one big neighborhood? Isn't he like your neighbor?
Yeah, we ate waffles together. Basically, but I'm not supposed to give his identity, so that's why.
No, that makes sense. That's why he's Batman.
Yeah, the whole of Belgium knows him, but like we don't want America to like steal him away from our country and like make him work for that country. Like we don't want them to do that.
Exactly.
Exactly. Here at Evan Waffles with that is a fun fact I didn't know I needed. Here is hero. No, Logan. It was a mild mannered book over. God damn it. I'm glad people enjoy my joke. I'm not sure if people got it.
I know that you are trying to cover up the facts that you are the Batman vigilante of Belgium. I know you're trying to like cover it up. But we all know. So
they have. We ate waffles together. We were on our own.
If you were also him, yeah, you did eat waffles together.
You had syrup, I had Nutella. That's proof.
You both.
No, guys, stop it. Stop it. I want to read the books first, Daniel, but I don't know where to start, and I don't know. Like, they're not for sale anymore.
What is Fierce?
It's like a whole series of like short horror novels, and I found out about it on a booktuber's channel, Cameron Chaney, I think it's pronounced, and he has like a whole collection of it, and there are like dozens and dozens of them. But they're like short little like separate physical books, Fear Street, of like horror stories, and like now they're like a trilogy came out on Netflix. Like 1 week a movie came out or something like that, but it's based on
Oh
the
my
books, and I
gosh.
want to read some books first.
Yeah.
Because they sound really like fun reads. They're like spooky, scary, but like nothing serious. I say I've had waffles with myself. They could have been too late. Logan, stop digging. You guys Batman for president 2024. I'll make it happen. I'll be an American citizen by then. I'll make it happen. I'll get a green card or something. And I watched it last night at 1 a.m. Wait, watch what?
Fear Street.
Fear Street. Oh, okay. Did you read the books at all, Kelsey? They're not. Well, I would assume so then. The trailer did not look like something that would be faithful to the books. Oh my god. I just watched the first Fear Street on Netflix last night. I'm okay. Everyone has watched Fear Street apparently.
I have not.
No, Kelsey, stop it. But still really good separate. Yeah, I would think so. So you don't really have to read the books, I guess, then to watch these movies. We watched at the same time. Yeah, you probably did. And you didn't read them. Okay. Well, I recommend them, even though I haven't read any of them. But they do sound fun, and they're like short reads. So if
Okay, I'm adding that to my spooky story list for Halloween. I want guys rec me some good books for the fall this year. Okay. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in over a month. It's been almost 2 months.
That didn't sound sincere. Go again.
What?
That apology didn't sound sincere. Go again.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Emily Reese-Parson.
Guys, don't trust her. She's an actor.
Guys,
I haven't really read the books, but oh yeah, now I have to. Elizabeth in sink. In a sink.
In sink, Logan. That's the wrong.
No, it's with a C.
You mean SYNC?
Oh my god, I kind of love it though. I'm gonna write it like that from now on. I'm gonna. Okay, so Spooky reads Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman.
Yes, like that is on my list.
Spooky, but it's not scary or anything. You two about you didn't start by side.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me do my best YouTube.
And like, just like sit down, like you just sat down.
Sorry, I promised I wouldn't cry.
I should cut this part out.
So I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in 2 months. I am the worst. I already know. Alice Isn't Dead. Yes, I've heard of this one too. That was
Alice Isn't Dead. Okay. Write these down. Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah. I don't have a notebook. Okay, I'm good.
Alice has a spooky vampire, witch, gay, Beauty and the Beast retelling. Also, I can read, not spell. Wait, Ben Elders. Oh no, I was thinking about Ben Mendelsohn. Never mind.
Why am I writing this down? Megan lives with me.
Wait, what? Did you hit your cat?
No. Who hit their cat?
Megan, check.
Oh my god.
I own them all, and you can borrow them. I'm not following anymore. Oh, okay, yeah, Alice Isn't Dead.
Oh, thanks, Megan.
Night Notebook. Is that a series, Daniel? There are like a couple of series, like Fear Street.
Well, Night Vale is also Night Vale is a podcast too.
Okay, interesting. Spooky reads. Okay, so you can read it, but it's massive.
I know. I have a hard.
You're already reading so much Stephen King anyway.
Oh, Graveyard Book.
Yeah, Graveyard Book. Not part of the canon. I don't know. Well, I've never heard of Night Vale. What is this?
Oh, it's like it's kind of creepy and weird. It's a really big, like, famous podcast. You might really like it.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay, I have written these titles down, so thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time.
Nice. Oh, The Troop is a horror book. that I'm gonna read. The Troop, Troop, by Nick Cutter. I haven't read it yet, but it sounds really good, and I heard that it's like pretty messed up, so I'm not sure. Like you have to be for it. Another YouTuber a few years ago, can't remember exactly, but she landed in trouble for abusing. Oh, okay. I was thinking like, Emily, what the fuck?
I would never hurt my cat. Are you kidding me? I literally love her like with my entire life.
How did I not know you listen to Nightvale? Nightvale with an N, or is it with a K?
No, it's with an N.
Okay. Again, spelling, not my thing. That's okay, Logan. You can still say it.
I forgive you. Well,
amazing.
I think that was everything.
I think so too. Let me check my sheet. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Do people have any other recommendations so we can add it to our never-ending list?
I was gonna say, yeah, Hugo and I are Buddyread champions, so
we are. Kelsey said so.
Yeah, Kelsey has deemed us BookTube Buddyread champs. So.
If anyone wants to try and knock us out of our spot, you may try.
You can't. No, you just can't. It's impossible.
I have the Kindle. I have read a couple of them, which I did like. He is. Well, it's also a different time.
Yeah.
I don't know when he was alive, actually. And thank you. You are the CEO of BookTube Buddyread. We should start a company.
We should.
Yeah.
BookTube Buddy.
Let's make it happen right now. So okay. I get like $1, you get 70 cents. That sounds fair? Right? I'll make it happen. It's okay.
Are you trying to wage gap me right now?
Obviously, I'm joking, guys. Don't cancel me. It's irony.
Yes. Can you hear Megan laughing in the other room?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. It's just a joke. Okay, guys. I'm really sorry.
You have to fiddle with the camera now.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. The foundation of a truly multi-dollar company. Exactly.
Yay!
All right, let me get my contract. Don't cancel me. Yeah, please don't. Please don't. Anoka. Is that a graphic novel, Daniel? At least there's someone still on book. Anoka.
I wrote it down. It's right here.
Shinho. I have already looked it up, apparently. Oh, I think you already recommended it to me, didn't you, Daniel? Because it's on my Goodreads like history. Sorry. Okay. I think that will be all.
I think that's it. Thank you, everyone.
After my joke, I lost 6 viewers. Guys, it was a joke.
Okay. Yikes. They didn't even stay for your apology.
For real.
How are they going to know?
Chance. Yeah. It's fine. Do you want to say anything else, Emily?
No. Thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting Hugo and I's obsession with buddy reading together.
Stay tuned for the apology video.
Oh my God.
Is it really a surprise? It's a billionaire, guys. Come on.
Oh my God. Batman is 1%.
Anyway, thank you, Emily, for joining me on this stream test that was
Thank
supposed to be
you.
15 minutes, and we're here for like an hour.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I know
It
I'm
was actually
sorry.
very funny to me, aka the loud laughter in the background. Yes, Megan, thank you for clarifying, but I figured. Yeah, so waffle. What? Why would you bring
No, you
waffles
can't.
into this?
Guys,
I
you
am not.
can't. Don't bring waffles into this.
You never even had genuine waffles, Emily. Like, don't act like these round pancake looking like waffles are actually waffles because they're not. I'm just
I was trying to support you.
on the Book to Drama channels. Yeah, probably. I hope so. Maybe I get a boost. Ah, Logan, I love you too. I love you too, Kelsey. We are Buddyread chumps. We are.
Buddyread champions. Here's my crown. Thank you.
Where's my crown?
Oh, sorry. Here's your crown. This way.
Oh,
sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, here you go. Whee!
I used the wrong arm anyway.
True. Do you guys hear what I'm dealing with up here?
I'm sorry. I'm the worst, apparently. Anyway, all jokes aside, I really enjoyed this stream. All jokes aside, I really enjoyed this stream. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for being active in the chat. It's always fun to interact with everyone. And we will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
End the stream, Hugo.